walking on water is a feeling of unstoppability. So being able to say, I'm on the way to do something and nothing can stop me that's the undefeatable feeling of walking on water for me. It's God told me to do this. This ain't something Curtis want to do. See, for Curtis, he wants to drive a truck, ride around, see the country, and not be bothered. What God told Curtis to do was put some t-shirts on and try and help. And I was like, why me? So that's the thing. Say, why not you? You owe me. You know, like, well, I guess I did. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like the unstoppable feeling because this ain't for me. You know, I'm not doing this for me. If it was for me, I have a fleet of trucks and that would be my focus. But I just have a truck so I can make some money and until this is my focus. So it's that change that took place for me when I started to learn what forgiveness was, when I started to learn how to let go. And I think that's what you were telling me about in this book, Project Humanity, back here with Danise Donerson. We have the conversation about her book, Through the Eyes of Nisey. How you doing, Danise?
I'm great.
And I know that was kind of cool, smooth, but the light came on, so we talking. Self-help is big right now, and Danise has a self-help book. And it's important for me because it's about the young ladies to me. And tell us about it, Danise.
Well, it's about a little girl growing up in Jackson, Mississippi. I have seen a whole lot of things, the good, the bad, the ugly. It's about me forgiving people in my past so I can have the peaceful life that I'm living today.
That's what you need, some peace. Yes, we need peace. And it's a lot of people in this book. I know we were talking about your mother and your uncle and great grandmother is in here, and I'm not skipping to the end, but I know we had a lot of conversations about growing up. But I just wanted to touch on the spiritual side of it because, you know, that's near and dear to me. My little brother had something to do with your spiritual growth.
Yes.
You were sharing with me.
Well, actually, when I was 29, I met Trail, and literally for 30 days, he shared his specific things, pertinent things he wanted me to know, and I was able to share it with his family later. But he talked about the Bible, and it inspired me because people always say, seek the Lord, but they never told me how. And in talking to him, it catapulted me to the point of just seeking him with everything I had within me, and I contribute his spirituality and encouragement to get me to where I'm at today.
Wow, and that's I think the part that's really touching to me about that story is, you know, my brother passed when he was 21. I was 23 at the time, and I'm currently 47, and I'm just now getting to, in the past few years, that spiritual growth that you're telling me my little brother already had. So, you know, that's big for me. Like, I need to catch up. So, you know, I know you're telling me, tell me about some more people in the book too. Who else is in here?
Okay, Jesus.
Jesus is in the book.
Jesus.
How you get Jesus in this book?
Because I was selfishly seeking Big Mama's love. Then I realized halfway through the book that Jesus is love.
Yeah.
And that's when my whole perspective of life changed. And I was able to physically meet people from my past to actually forgive them. And
you actually talk to them about forgiveness?
Literally, it's like it's like people that hurt me in my past were able to cross paths with me. Not necessarily in person. It was the last person was like on the phone. No, I take that back. It was through Facebook.
So you actually went through the process of not just so much forgiving them in private. You went and talked to them about what had happened, how they hurt you, and
they were able to come in my life briefly just for that moment, and I haven't seen them again. And I felt like God was working with me, and the main thing was, after forgiving all those people in my past, throughout my life, the last person was my mom. And we literally had a love affair. And it's like, me and my mama fell in love.
Do tell.
And I just thank God that we had a chance to experience that. And when she died, I had to call the publisher company. I said, I said, the world got to know about my mama. I said, this book wasn't about me. I thought I was sick and Big Mama. The Lord came in my life, great. But this little short lady, the people that knew her as this little mean little short, she would cuss the Pope out.
No.
She sellers didn't have nothing on her.
But I know you said it had a lot to do with what you learned to be mental illness.
Right.
Something that we in the people of color, we tend to hide that.
Right.
You know. So.
But I found out like when she had her surgery, heart surgery, the nurse told me that she had to get some orders from the doctor because my mom was on a psych med that she'd been on for 30-some years. And I'm like,
no, didn't know.
What? All right.
And how old were you when you found that out?
This was May 22nd of 2019.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know.
So
we didn't talk about it. It was taboo.
So your entire life until the end.
Now I remember
was hidden.
I remember hearing that she had schizophrenic. She was schizophrenic, but I didn't hear from a doctor. I didn't know, right. And you really just brushed it off
because we don't talk about those kind of things. So we really don't know if anybody in our family is anything other than an alcoholic.
Well, I
that's the only thing we do.
I beg different because, in our families, in our communities, like if you had a person that had an obvious deformity, they were off limit. You couldn't talk about them. But if that person had a mental illness and it was like obvious, you couldn't talk about them.
Yeah.
But if you say, shoot, Johnny crazy. Oh, we really mean Johnny crazy, but we say it in a joking way because if they go to get sent to Brentwood or Whitfield, that's like taking their rights away. It's like they're being, they don't want to go there
because it's a sad thing in America, but they have taken so much money out of healthcare, especially mental health, to where people who could be cured with simple things can't get treatment. There's no psychiatrist, psychologist, no study of the brain going on, but we buying missiles left and right. Now, I'm not going to talk about my opinion on Space Force right now and why we have that before universal health care, even though universal health care is cheaper. But we're talking about Danise's book. But again, it is something to address is the access to mental health for our children can have a better future. And that's what it's about, is moms and dads being able to raise their kids.
Right. And like I said, my mom did the best she could. I never, even though the bad things, the things I didn't understand, I didn't hate her. I just knew deep down inside, my mama gotta love me. I said, my mama loved me.
And they're doing the best they can.
But at the end, this time I found out, my grandmama, Mama Louise, was 20 years older than Mama. Mama was 20 years older than me. Big Mama died 20 years before my grandmama, Mama Louise. Mama Louise and my mama died 20 years apart.
It's too many 20s in this 2020 year.
But it's like the connection with me and my mom in the end, it just, I said the word gotta know. Because my mom, her life, the last year of her life, she was like a beautiful butterfly. It's like, she was so sweet. I mean, her personality was like she would constantly smile. I said, Mom, you look like a little smiling emoji. You know, she probably didn't know what a smiling emoji.
She sure didn't probably.
But she smiled. My mom used to frown all the time. We had a little trademark with the little wrinkles right up here. I'd be like, oh, Lord, I don't want
she
this.
found that joy.
But in the end, my mom she was the woman that said, I don't need a man. I got my own. I thank God I didn't have that personality. I didn't get that from her. But in the end, the last year of my mama's life, out of the blue, she said, I think I'm ready to get married. I'm like, what? As a mom, I have never heard you say that ever in my life.
It sounds like the joy.
But I said, Mom, you got to be in a relationship with somebody first. But she said, I think I'm ready to get married. I'm like, okay. I said, all right.
Well, that may be that joy that she was finding. She was on the way to marry Jesus.
That's right. So, you better say it.
I have to.
You better say it.
I'm glad to see the joyous parts and the endings. You know, it's that kind of gives you that hope to say, okay, so we may have seen these bumpy roads in this climb of ours, but it smoothed out in the end.
Oh, it did more than smooth.
You know,
it's like the best way I describe it, like when my mama fell in love. And it's like her whole life was this caterpillar. She was enclosed and entangled in her mental illness. And in the end, my mama just evolved. That's why the butterfly on the cover is in color. Everything else is black and white.
So Danise, tell us where we can pick this butterfly up.
You can, here's my butterfly necklace. But anyway, you can pick the book up at Amazon.com, online, book Barnes & Noble, and Books A Million. Also, you can go to the medical mall.
And Danise is going to be posting these videos out as advertisement. And in the links, you can look for the website and links to the Amazon and links to the Books and Nobles and no links to anywhere we can go and sign the book.
Ebooks are coming soon.
And don't forget, like and share this video. Danise Donerson, Project Humanity. We out. Don't forget to get the book.